Welcome back to the Dark Souls Armor Guide. By request, I will be following the organization and naming scheme of the wiki.Dark Souls wiki for the remainder of this guide. I asked people on Twitter which naming scheme they like better, and overwhelmingly the response was wiki. So that's what we're going to go with. I use both wikis. Once again, this isn't an endorsement over one over the other. I use both wikis. They're both great. Also, as a reminder, because so many people asked last time, the poise stat determines your ability to take a hit without staggering. So if you get hit, you can keep control of your character. Basically, the higher your poise is, the better. After killing the Hydra in Darkroot Basin, head up the left side of the basin near the waterfall. Continue all the way to the back and you will find Dusk's Cove. There will be a golem waiting in the cove. Now, if you have just killed Hydra, you may need to quit and reload to make it appear. But after you kill the golem, Dusk will appear. Speak with her and tell her that you want to learn the sorceries of Ulasil. After you do so, you can find her summon sign near the Knight's Armor's location, back where you fought the Hydra. You might need to reload once to get it to appear. But also note, you can summon Dusk whether you are human or not. Human, hollow, it doesn't matter. Summon her and speak with her to buy sorceries. After you've spoken to her there, when you return to her cove, the place where you rescued her, the Antiquated Set awaits you on a corpse, which is probably her corpse, and that kind of sucks for her. The headpiece, the Crown of Dusk, boosts your magic damage by, I think, around 20%, but it also increases the damage that you take from magic by a little bit more, maybe around 30%. The set as a whole has wonderful curse resistance. And you can be a pretty princess. Pretty princess. Pretty princess, not princess. Yeah. In order to acquire all of the Big Hat set, you need to complete Logan's pain in the ass quest chain. So first, it starts in Sin's Fortress. You turn the boulder trap to break the wall that seals his prison. You can then open his cage with either the cage key, which is found down the stairs from the crestfallen merchant of Sin's Fortress, or the master key, which is recommended. Unlock the cage and speak with him. After that, he will travel to Firelink's Shrine, and he will act as a vendor from there. Later in the game, usually around Anor Londo, a little bit after Anor Londo for me, talking with him at Firelink will trigger his move to the Duke's Archives. Now, I have heard that if you don't rescue him, he will escape on his own after Sith is defeated, but I've never personally tried that, so I'm going to show you how to rescue him. You can rescue him by picking up this key and then returning to his cell in the prison. It's the giant cell. I recommend doing this at the same time that you first escape from the prison so that you don't have to fight all of the enemies again. And also you can pick up a Firekeeper soul for your trouble, so that's pretty worthwhile. He will now act as a vendor in the Duke's Archives near the bonfire in front of the Crystal Caves entrance. Crystal Caves, ugh. To trigger the final step of his quest, you must kill Cait the Scaleless, and you must buy all of his spells so that he has nothing left to sell. It's a fucking pain in the ass. I usually just run laps around the entrance to the Crystal Caves and kill the golems a bit for souls. They're really easy and they give a decent amount of souls as well, so yeah. Once you've bought all his shit, talking to him will trigger him to go batshit crazy. Reload your game and he will disappear. Now return to the location where you fought Cait the Scaleless for the first time. Not in the Crystal Caves, the place where you fought him for the first time. In this room, you will find the chest with the large magic ember, and you'll also find Big Hat Logan, only this time Logan is naked and hostile. Kill him to get the extremely powerful 10 Crystallization Catalyst, the White Dragon Breath Sorcery, and his Pimpin' Hat. Note that he actually is not hollow, contrary to what I've said in the past, and contrary to what the wikis also say. He's not hollow. He's in human form. He just went crazy. As for the reason why he is naked, the developer said in the DesignWorks interview that he took off his clothes to become more like a dragon. Just like you have to do for the Path of the Dragon Covenant items, you need to actually remove your clothes to use them. But Big Hat did not remove his hat because they were worried that players would not recognize him. And maybe that's why he couldn't become a dragon. Anyway, return to the room where he was before as a vendor, and the rest of his set will be in a chest. If you fight him and you kill him and you go back and the chest isn't there, simply load your game and it'll phase in. So yeah. Big Hat set itself, the Sage's set, actually doesn't offer anything special in terms of stats, although the magic resistance is okay. The Black Set, also known as the Black Cleric Set or Velka Set, is found in the Painted World of Ariamis. To get there, return to Asylum and get the peculiar doll from the cell where you began the game. If you don't know how to return to Asylum, click the annotation to see it in another video. Once you have the doll, go to the painting room in the Chapel of Anne Orlando and touch the painting. The armor set is located in the storage annex, but the door is locked. You first need to climb down into the well in the courtyard to retrieve the key. But be very careful in this well because it's full of fake walls and asshole wheel skeletons. Once you have the key, return to the courtyard and enter this door. Now all you have to do is evade or kill a couple of harpies and the Black Set will be yours. And it's located on a corpse. The Black Set is worn by the Pardoners and Bishops of Velka, the black-haired goddess of sin. Very interestingly, their weapon, Velka's rapier, deals occult damage. Now, occult weapons are used to hunt the gods. Also sealed here in the Painted World are Priscilla and her Life Hunt power and the Dark Ember. And these are all things that could be used as weapons against the gods. So why is this corpse located so near to the place where these dangerous items are stored? Velka oversees the Book of the Guilty to be punished by the Dark Moon Covenant, but in the game, Gwendolyn runs the Covenant. So perhaps there has been some infighting amongst the gods, I'm not sure. Oswald, the in-game NPC that wears this armor, is from Kareem, and there is some scary shit that goes on there too, so enjoy RPing as a god hunter of Velka in this set. The Black Sorcerer set is found in Sin's Fortress. Take a right up the stairs and then hop off the side. Once you take out the Flamebird Snake Man, you can claim this set and the Hush Sorcery. God damn. The Black Sorcerer set is used by the Secretive Sound Sorcerers of Vinheim. God, that the Sorcerer set is used by the Secretive Sound Sorcerers of Vinheim. This is also near the location where Griggs hollows after you buy all of the spells from him. So, Griggs may seem like a nice, helpful dude, but this is the second time another sorcerer's corpse is found nearby. I'm just saying, if this was the real world, I'm pretty sure the Popo would have some words for him. This is basically a color swap of the Sorcerer set. It has lower physical defenses, but better elemental defenses and resistances. The Chain set can be purchased from the Undead Merchant in the Upper Burg, and it's nothing special. But it can be a good way to get a couple of pieces with poise early in the game, in a new game, if you want. This, by the way, is the armor set worn by the Crestfallen Warrior. He may be crestfallen, but he's not defenseless. Well, he's almost defenseless. The Crimson Set is the set worn by the Sealers of New Londo. It's also called the Sealer Set. They flooded New Londo in order to protect the world from the Dark Wraiths and the Four Kings. You can pick it up here in Blighttown near the Remedy Sorcery, but as always, be very careful of the toxic blow dart enemies that are around this area. I've already killed them in this video, that's why they're not there. They do not respawn. Bring some blooming moss as always. In case you are wondering why it is found here, one of the sealers, Yulva, abandoned her duty in New Londo in order to bring her healing arts back to Blighttown. So I guess she was trying to cure the poison that is all around this area. Ingward remained in New Londo like a boss. And as many people have told me, the third sealer may actually be a comrade of Lautrec. So the sorcerer who assists him when you invade Lautrec in Anor Londo is actually wearing the sealer set except for the mask. And it makes sense that he isn't wearing it, as the mask was a symbol of their resolve and atonement, but he has abandoned his duty. So the lesson here is that Ingward, while he is a mass murderer, is a very principled, resolute gentleman. He's a fucking boss, man. Really cool character. The set itself is basically very average, but it does have a unique design. The Dingy set can be found on the corpse of Anastacia of Astora, along with the Black Eye Orb. This is part of Lautrec's quest chain. You can either free him or ignore him, and this event will occur at Firelink Shrine. The only way to keep this from happening is by killing him. So if you do not kill Lautrec early in the game, you can pick up this set off of Anastacia's body. The set actually has good curse resistance, although it is outclassed by the Antiquated Set of Dusk. The Gold Hem set is found on a corpse in the Ceaseless Discharge boss room, and picking it up will make him aggro on you like a football coach on the media. Ceaseless is watching over his sister's body, and yes, he is the brother, and the corpse is one of the sisters, or one of the daughters of Chaos. Check the annotations for more on that. It's not the Witch of Izalith. A lot of people get confused by the word mother being in the description, but it just means that Quelana was responsible for disseminating pyromancy and actually has nothing to do with her family tree. The set itself, like I said, was worn by the Daughters of Chaos, and it is pretty beastly in terms of fire resistance and poison resistance. For a light set, this armor is extremely solid. The poison resistance is especially useful in the Gravelord Nito fight if you find yourself unable to dodge his sword dances. So it's also useful if you want to cosplay like a Daughter of Chaos. And the last armor for this section is the Hollow Soldier armor. Now, this is a common set that drops off of, you guessed it, Hollow Soldiers, and if you need help farming part of it for whatever reason, use the Covetous Gold Serpent Ring to increase your drop rate, and having a couple of humanity in your counter also will help. The only thing I really have to say about this set is that the leg armor, the Hollow Soldier Waistcloth, has the best poise to weight ratio in the game, so it's really useful if you just need a little boost in poise but you don't have much equipment burden to spare. Alright guys, thanks for watching this section of the guide. I'll have the next one up as soon as possible. Remember to check out Songe the Reviewer and Marc Popagan's YouTube channels. They are amazing musicians. The track list I will put in the description, so check that out if you're looking for a specific song. And yes, I will have the next part of this guide up as soon as possible. So later, y'all.